gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Bell Wilbur.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. How are we this morning?
Working. We're here. Ready to go.
Yeah,
starting this thing off right.
We are here. We are up early for a heaping helping of an AM Bury the Booking Podcast on this Sunday as we record. But we're recording early because it's Mother's Day today. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We got up extra early to knock this out for me to go do some Mother's Day festivities with the fam and do all that good stuff. But I sacrificed my sleep for you people.
Me, I'm out of wake. I'm ready to go. Woo!
Yes. Yeah, he's up and has been up for several hours. I am still shaking the cobwebs out. So I guess the equivalent of that would be if you turned your computer on and you have like computer issues and it takes maybe 25 minutes to a half hour to start. Like I'm still at the spinning screen. Like my computer's
on
still
the BIOS load up.
Yeah, it's still doing that. But you know, whatever, we're here. And thank you for joining us on this Mother's Day. And again, happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. Pet moms count too. So, you know, I'm not going to discriminate. So, you know, thank you. But with that out of the way, let's take it from, we're going to do something a little different. As we know, we had Backlash just a few short hours ago. WWE's Backlash PLE. So we're going to do that. But before that, we did have something to get out of the way. And that something is our world famous segment entitled AEW in a nutshell.
Yes, this one's going to be a little bit rough today because I usually have a couple hours to prepare for it, but I'm going to wing it by winging the wing.
That's it. It's AEW.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with AEW Dynamite. We had Hangman Page, Will Ospreay, had a great exchange with each other, shared a few moments, and all of a sudden the Don Callis family came out and interrupted it. Stuff is building. We as fans don't know what's building, but stuff is building.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to this.
Something's happening.
Yeah, something's going on. We had AEW World Title Eliminator 4-Way match. Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa versus Penelope Ford and Anna Jay. We all know Toni Storm's going to win. Toni Storm is the hottest thing right now. She keep pushing, doing what they said to do. Mm-hmm. We had a little exchange between the Hurt Syndicate, MJF, the Crew, Top Flight. Top Flight's getting the short end of everything.
Yes.
But things is building. I don't know what, though.
We don't know. We never know.
It's a whole lot of I don't know in this. Because then we had the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Nick Wayne defended against Rhino. Good to see Rhino back in the ring.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
ECW Rhino.
Yes, sir.
Rhino.
But we got issues between Cage and Wayne. They're breaking up.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. All-Stars trio match, the Young Bucks, Matthew, Nicholas, and Ricochet going against Swerve, Mike Bailey, and Mark Briscoe. It's in the Young Bucks contract that they have to win. So I wasn't surprised when they did win.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, I'm still excited. I'm still very entertained by Ricochet.
Yeah.
I like the Ricochet heel stuff.
Even though Triple H did get on TV and was like, well, Ricochet was trash on the mic. He said that.
I mean,
that's what I got from it.
Yeah. I mean, I like how he plays off of the Young Bucks. And he plays a good, like, annoying
Yeah.
He's very good at being annoying. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then we had the AEW Continental Title Eliminator match, Okada versus Kevin Knight. Okada get the W, but then Okada went crazy, started beating up Kevin. Like, calm down, ball. Tried to kill him. Speedball came out, did his thing. Okada ran.
Kind of had a little, it's,
Like he had enough of life.
he was a little agitated. Like he had, it seemed like Okada had a day.
Yes. Then we had Samoa Joe versus Claudio Castagnoli. Samoa Joe won. To be honest with you, I'm sick of this Death Rider stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing I want to say about it because I am completely over all of it.
I agree.
All right, now Collision is going to be a little bit rougher for people. But we got Collision that showed up. They were at the Masonic Temple Theater in Detroit, Michigan on a Thursday.
I believe so.
Yeah, it was Thursday. We came out. They started the show off with Tony Storm coming out, spitting nothing but fire and nothing but greatness. The best thing about AEW, the hair. Then I think the next match was Ricochet Angelito, and Ricochet versus Angelico.
Oh, and I can't even Angelico. I can't even say it right now. So early.
Ricochet won. And after the match, Ricochet got on the mic. He said a bunch of stuff. I kind of ignored it, kept it moving, because I was looking forward to the AR Fox Bandino, the Outriders versus Don Callis families, Kyle Fletcher, Rocky Romero, Trent, and Lance Archer. I actually had fun with this. I actually liked it. The Don Callis family get the W. It was good to me. I had a good match. Anthony Bowens, Lee Johnson. I didn't know who neither one of these guys was, but
Anthony Bowens from the Acclaim.
I didn't pay attention.
Oh yeah, that's the other. That's the
other bull.
Yeah, from the Acclaim. But I prefer Anthony Bowens.
You prefer Anthony Bowens
over Max? I mean, listen, I love Max Caster's just always losing. That's sort of like gimmick, but at the same time,
forgot about you, Ant.
Yeah, I like the W. Yeah, I think he's better, I think he's better at wrestling than Max Caster.
Something was going on with the Gates of Agony.
Oh yeah,
Big Bill, Brian Keith. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't really care. But we had Chris Statlander versus Will Nightingale. Chris Statlander won. I don't know why. I don't like Chris Statlander. I don't. We had Takeshita and Alexander versus the Dark Order. Who cares about Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds?
Alex Reynolds. Yeah.
Reynolds, that's his last name? I don't care. First off, his name is Evil Uno. You deserve to lose.
I like Evil Uno, like streaming and playing games and stuff like that. He's entertaining, but
never seen him.
This is, I don't know.
No, but the Don Callis family won.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Bailey versus Dralistico.
Dralistico?
Huh?
Dralistico?
Where are we getting these names from, people? Where are we getting these names from? I can't pronounce. It's too early for me to try to pronounce.
Yeah, it's very
all these names. Speedball wins. Then after the match, Roosh comes out, points at Speedball. What are we doing?
I wouldn't mind seeing that match.
No, I wouldn't either. But can we have some type of conversation between these guys? Some build up or something?
Oh, AEW.
Pointing is not a threat.
No.
Daniel Garcia versus Dax Hart from FTR. It ended in no contest. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's AEW in a nutshell. Sorry about that, people. It's worse than what it usually is. I usually flow a little bit better, but I couldn't on this one. Because AEW was trash.
It's early, and it wasn't. No, it was.
And here's the thing.
I didn't care.
I'm going off memory instead of writing it down like I usually do.
It's fine. Because it's.
So if I forgot something,
It didn't matter anyway.
It didn't matter. Y'all don't watch AEW anyway.
Right, exactly. This is your AEW news. This is you watching Dynamite and Collision.
We're giving you the most AEW.
Hey, we watch it so you don't have to.
I give you the most in-depth.
There's some great matches, that happen, but as a whole collective of a product.
Exactly. This is it's a good show, but I've been on my NXT a lot. My Nikita Lyons. Yeah.
I got your text.
Yeah. Faith Jeffries. I'm here for you. Watching what you're doing. Hooked on it.
It's Shawn Michaels has built quite the roster.
Wait, Shawn Michaels signed to her?
Shawn Michaels running NXT. Have you noticed the roster in NXT? The
trying to be respectful, but
yeah,
that's what Shawn Michaels like.
Listen,
Shawn Michaels got great taste. Shawn Michaels the best.
Listen, he's building a roster of talent. That's all I'm saying.
And that talent is unbelievable. I appreciate everything you do, Shawn Michaels. Going out there doing the Lord's work.
Well, Shawn he saves.
Praise the Lord.
While we're under the WWE umbrella, let's just jump into the thing that we're here for and to talk about, which is WWE's Backlash St. Louis. So this show wasn't a lengthy one. They, these shows, these PLEs, they kind of get you to where they want you to go and then get up out of there, as we were talking about before we even started the podcast, which is good. They don't drag things out. They don't, for these PLEs and I think it also, that helps, like, once we get around to a WrestleMania and like a SummerSlam that we're approaching now, that's 2 nights. It's more of a spectacle. It's more of a spectacular now that we're getting the shorter shows. We're getting quality matches. We're getting matches that, that are PLE worthy, but we're not getting we're not going to beat you over the head with like a 12 or 13 match card AEW, and we sitting there like, damn, like, when is this thing over? Like, why did this start 18 hours ago? Why am I still watching this same program? Why is half the crowd dead? But Backlash was good. I enjoyed the show as a whole. How about you?
I did too. I nothing was out of the ordinary. It served its purpose to move the needle forward. So I wouldn't solid B for a quick 2-hour show.
That's fair. Solid B.
Like an upscale version of a regular event.
Yeah, solid B is fair. Solid B is fair. So let's just jump right into it. We started Backlash with the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. It was Jacob Fatu defending against Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Thoughts on this opener?
I thought it was cool. The outcome was predictable.
I think we both predicted, look, there's no way.
Nobody's Fatu's giving it up right now.
No, I enjoyed the match though. The back and forth, the Damian Priest and Drew stuff still. Yeah,
that I enjoy. Them two doing their thing is entertaining. We trying to keep LA Knight relevant, but we need to move him to something else right now. Let him take a little vacation, a little time off or something, go eat a Slim Jim and just chill.
Something out of the United States title picture.
Yeah, because this isn't working anymore. You're not going to be Fatu. You know, he's like the odd man out of all 40. Out of all four of these men, he's the odd man out. He's the only one, in my opinion, who does not fit.
Okay.
In this.
Okay.
That's he does not fit.
All right, fair enough. So the ending of this match was a little interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know Jacob Fatu did retain the United States Championship, but it was reluctantly with the help of Solo Sikoa, as he always intervenes, whether Jacob Fatu wants him to or not, and the debuting Jeff Cobb.
Now, how is he joining the bloodline?
Well, there is no more bloodline.
Well,
it's just Solo doing stuff now.
Okay, that makes sense, because Jacob Cobb is Filipino.
Yeah. So
he ain't part of the Samoans.
Yeah, so Solo's just grabbing people. Just just trying to build a stable. I mean, the Tongans are still out.
Definitely.
Jacob don't bang with Solo like that, so Solo needs, an insurance policy of sorts, which is in storyline. Like, if you're Solo Sikoa, I don't know if in storyline Solo is thinking this far ahead, but Jacob don't really like you, so you're bringing Jeff Cobb in to add to the numbers of you and Jacob, but also to give you numbers against Jacob when Jacob turned on your ass, because that's what's happening. But listen, it was highly hinted at that Jeff Cobb was, Jeff Cobb was imminent. But getting put in this, I did not know how much I wanted to see Jeff Cobb versus Jacob Fatu. I didn't know how much I needed that until now. Like, just seeing them on, like, knowing that there's, going to be like some tension and like a little story building between this. I can't wait to see a match between these two now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff Cobb is... I mean, has he slowed down slightly? Yes. Since, but over the past couple of years. But listen, Jeff Cobb is still a threat. And like I said, I can't wait to see what happens between him and Jacob Fatu coming out of this. But they're going to tell a story. Solo's got to be intervened and, intertwined in all of this, because he's essentially pulling the strings, bringing Jeff Cobb in to the mix. But I'm interested. I'm interested, to say the least. Then we had the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, which was your favorite wrestler, Lyra Valkyria, defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch.
Lyra come out looking stupid. I know they do their own costumes, but come on. Between you and your husband, y'all got enough coin to get together and get some better wings. Not them arm sleeves you got. Hire a bird.
They're more practical, I guess, than the harness thing.
You can get a falcon and a raven or some type of bird to fly with you. I've seen it.
Maybe that's for
the snake had a snake.
Maybe that's for like next year's WrestleMania. Like,
no, I'm done with her. She should have been to this. I'm done with the outfit. She looked horrible. She didn't wrestle horrible. Like, her face, she looked like she was being put through the ringer. Like, Becky Lynch told her, like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up during this, so just so you know. And Becky Lynch gave her the business, because you saw it all on Lyra's face. Every time they shot to her face, she like, yo, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, like, she actually hit me.
Becky went in.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, I for what it's worth, I did enjoy this match. I did predict, I thought that Becky was going to win this.
Yeah.
I guess it helps the story. We'll see where it goes by, Lyra winning. it does give her a little bit more. Crowd was a little bit more behind her than I thought that they would be. I know Becky's a heel and all, but we're in the era of cool heels and heels getting cheered all the time. And you know, Lyra is one of those people who is on TV every week. She's there, but it is like a slow burn of how it's resonating with the crowd.
She's on TV every week?
Yeah, just about.
Oh, she's not that noticeable.
And I feel like a lot of people that I've seen on social medias or wrestling TikTok and, you know, anything like that, they've shared the same sentiment about Lyra. Like, it's just something about her that just isn't. There's no
boring.
Oomph. Yeah, there's no oomph. There's no, there's no it. But she got a pretty decent reaction here in this one, so maybe beating Becky will help that a little bit more.
No,
we'll see.
She's been the champ for like 120 days.
I mean, this
good run.
The short feud with Becky has helped. Like when she showed that little bit of fire.
Yes.
By
I agree with that.
Attacking her and doing that like that. So I think that might have given the crowd, okay, she's like doing something different. She's not just coming out here and being
flapping her wings.
Yeah, flapping her wings and being boring Lyra. Like she showed us some extra emotion, something that she tapped into that was different. And I think the crowd resonated with that. So we'll see, if we just go back down and it just levels back out or what. But
I'm done with her.
But Lyra Valkyria did beat Becky Lynch here.
Barely.
She barely escaped, but she did retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Like I said, I wasn't predicting that, but here we are. So, we'll see what happens next. But that did happen. Then we had the Men's Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta.
First off, can we let Dominic do what he do? Stop treating this man like he can't wrestle.
Fair.
You know what I mean? He don't need... It's great that he's got his crew around him and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But let the man do what he do. He's been trained by some of the best. Let him open up.
Okay.
Come on. You got AAA now, so you're going to have some crazy luchadors coming on your show. So y'all need to let Dom step it up a notch and showcase his skills. Y'all got to. It's just something that has to happen.
I'm in.
This was a nice little showing between him and Penta.
Mm-hmm.
But I needed more from Dom.
Okay.
And I don't know if creative is like, yo, you can do this or that, but I needed a little bit more.
Maybe didn't want to give him too much and have, the crowd seems to be doing this thing with Dom where it seems like he's getting more and more popular.
Yeah, because he should, I wanted Penta to win.
But it was too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon after Dom. Like we got so much more to do with Dominic Mysterio being there, Continental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And, ultimately whenever Finn is out of the Judgment Day, like, this is a slow burn. I think this Judgment Day thing is looking like the Judgment Day breakup is looking like it's gonna last as long as the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, that's gonna go on forever. Like we see Finn messing up, especially this one. But I'm kind of done with Finn.
I mean, like it's one of those things where like I'm ready for it to just be over already between Finn and Judgment Day, but at the same time when I'm watching it, I am still slightly entertained. Like I'm not like bored with it on the screen.
Yeah,
but like when I think about it, I'm like, oh, how long has this been going on?
It's been going on for years.
Yeah.
Like y'all took y'all like a year and a half to lose 2 members. Then you turn around and gain 3 members.
Yeah. Listen, Finn joined Judgment Day when they got rid of Adam Copeland. So,
Jesus.
it's been that long. It's been that long. And we're still going. But yeah, Dominic Mysterio, with obviously there's a lot of moving parts and variables and shenanigans that happens.
Yeah. El Grande Americano coming out doing this thing.
Again. He's just, listen, Chad Grande is being, being the Lucha Menace is absolutely just.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's fun.
I'm never upset at seeing this. And it continues here. And Dominic Mysterio retains the Intercontinental Championship. Then we had Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
I wasn't mad about this.
No, not mad at all. Not mad at all at this matchup.
I don't care what nobody say about Pat McAfee. He put in work.
Yes.
He put in work. First couple minutes of this match, his upper half was already bloodshot red. He kept it going.
Yeah, listen, Pat was out there working.
This was. Now, did I want Pat to choke out Gunther? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Did he try?
Yeah, he tried.
But I wasn't mad at the ending, though.
No. I mean, we knew Michael Cole was going to get involved.
Yeah, I thought Michael Cole was going to do a little bit more. But then I realized Mike is like,
it's
I'm not in the right shape for this.
Yeah, no, Michael Cole ain't going to be out here taking no bumps, no chops.
He struggled to get in the ring.
Yeah.
He was like, Gunther, hurry, pick me up.
But yeah, I mean, this match was good.
Yeah.
Listen, Pat McAfee has the times that we've seen him, he's been impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And this match in there with someone like Gunther, like it just made it that much better. Like this match was really, really well done. Gunther just the back and forth, and he gave Pat a lot.
Yeah. It was a fun match. Even though everybody knew how it was going, it was a fun match. It was a nice palate cleanser, if you will, of a match. It's like, you know what? This is entertaining. This is just, it's a joke match. But they were still in there doing work with each other.
Yeah. And they gave you those hope spots too, like when Michael Cole grabbed the foot. You like, oh wait, like is he actually gonna get this win? But no. And
Gunther wasn't holding back on none of the chops. No,
you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get this. I'm gonna go easy on you.
Nah, because I remember the first chop you saw Pat on the ground, and it was like it registered in his head like, yo, this serious.
Yeah.
You could see reality soaking in like, what am I doing?
Yeah, that don't feel good at all.
No. And Pat chops was weak.
But
them Jones just little taps. And Gunther was just hitting him with them.
Looking at him. Just sitting there looking at him like, no. But
then it was good. Like you got respect from the ring general.
Yeah, Gunther.
That's a W in my opinion.
Yeah, I would take that as a win. Gunther after he gets the win, after he chokes out Pat.
Can I say something crazy though?
Yes.
Why was this a better match than Gunther and Jey Uso? Why was this a better match?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I give you that one. I give you that one.
More entertaining.
Yes.
Than Jey Uso winning the championship.
I give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Damn.
Yeah. But you're getting a nod of approval by Gunther afterwards. That's Like you said, that's a W. That's a win.
That's a W.
Yeah, that's a win in Pat's book.
Now get out the ring and go see medical.
Yeah, yeah. Go get that chest looked at. Which brings us to our Backlash St. Louis main event. Randy Orton looking to save professional wrestling, looking to save his legacy. No pun intended. And looking to dethrone the Unseen 17 and John Cena in our main event here. How do we feel about this main event? I mean, we knew the outcome.
We did.
So, yeah, there was no way on earth that this ride was going to stop, that John Cena was going to lose this championship. We knew it. The world knew it. But, you know, it's how you get there.
And they was both. You can, like, it's they when these two guys in the ring, you knew you got two seasoned professionals.
Mm-hmm. It's Randy Orton versus John Cena. It's one of those things where if you had the resources to have a match with Randy Orton and John Cena, and you're on autopilot, or you just want to be, you know, lazy or something, or if you're playing WWE 2K25 and you're in GM mode, you can just book Randy Orton versus John Cena, and just be like, I'm okay, because it's Randy Orton and John Cena. Like, you know,
it's textbook. It's clean. It's going to give you. Yeah. The professionalism is too high for these guys.
They're not going to mess it up.
No.
It's not going to be bad. You're never going to get anything. Not going to get anything wrong here.
No.
And they gave you a Randy Orton versus John Cena match. We've seen tons of them, but you know, each time it's a familiar match, it's a familiar rivalry, but at the same time, you know, they always bring a little different element. And the biggest element that was different here is the roles are reversed. It's John Cena, the bad guy, the big bad, the heel, and Randy Orton in his hometown could not be any more of the hero trying to win the WWE championship. They did the tables. They did, you know, they went for it here. They went for it all here. And like I said, I really enjoyed the match, and Cena was out there working.
Yeah.
You know, John Cena was out there working. We did have the spot where we had the R-Truth spot.
Him coming in interjecting.
Yeah.
But then that led to the post show.
Right, which was crazy. But John Cena obviously wins this, does some very unsavory things, cheats to win, uses the championship, which seems to be his weapon of choice.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, that's his weapon of choice, of how some people have brass knuckles, some people have, John Cena uses the championship. But that and the post show, like you said, like the R-Truth getting intervening and trying to help John Cena, his childhood hero, as he says, that led way to what happened in the post show. And I mean, the easiest way to get more people to hate you is to wrong R-Truth.
I'm hoping this leads to
R-Truth getting a title match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I feel like it should.
Yeah.
Maybe like we're doing Logan Paul versus Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event. So I was like, oh, that could probably be a Saturday night's main event type thing with John Cena.
No, when is John Cena's last match?
In December?
December? Have him lose it to R-Truth. Who to stop the reign of John Cena?
Then R-Truth.
R-Truth
puts him down.
Put him down.
I wouldn't actually be totally upset with that. But.
No, and you don't have to have R-Truth be the champion a long time. But it would be a nice little cleanup so that the belt stays in WWE. John Cena gets taken down. R-Truth gets a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. R-Truth gets his well-deserved flowers.
Yeah, he get a belt.
Yeah, this is his reward for being completely more than solid through his entire stay in WWE.
Yep.
He's all aces all the time.
Let him get a belt. And, keep him championship. Keep him champion for a little bit. That would be great. That would be fun.
It'd be great if he won it and he thinks it's the 24/7 title again.
Oh, shit.
He would be the world champion, but he thinks it's the 24/7 champion.
Oh, man.
So he's like running from everything.
That'd be amazing. That would be.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, it didn't reinvent the wheel by any means. We knew what was going to happen. It's the one of the in betweens pay-per-views. We had WrestleMania just a couple of weeks ago, so it's not really too much groundbreaking things that's going to happen at a Backlash or at a pay-per-view that follows WrestleMania. It's just what happens. But it was entertaining nonetheless. Like you said, solid B show. I definitely think it was definitely worth your time, especially for the Pat McAfee Gunther match. And just to see Randy Orton and John Cena go at it again. Just, if this is the last time that happens, I feel like that was a damn good match for it to go out on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Backlash. Yeah, that was Backlash. Backlash was a short show.
So is this one.
And so is this one. So that's going to go ahead and do it for us for the Rita Booking Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, all the socials, and we will see you next time. We'll have a full-length show the next time. We'll AEW. We'll get it together. AEW, hopefully you guys get it together and we'll, have a more fulfilling segment than, what am I saying? We're out of here. Later.